Okay, so we can scale up or down depending on the question. So the here says Yankees 10, Mets 6. So maybe there's 10 Yankees fans for every 6 Mets fans. So if you look up and down, right? So here we have, let me write this 10 over 6. Actually, 10 over 6, you can't look up and down because nothing divided by 10 will give you a 6, right? So up and down is going to be tough. But side to side, look at these two. How does a 6 become a 12? Times 2. So on the top, multiplied times 2. 10 times 10. 10 times 2 is 20. How about 18? 6 multiplied times what is 18? Well, that's times 3. So that's easy. I'm going to multiply the top by 3. And I get 30. Next one. So it's 10 over 6 and 5 over blank. So I look at 10 and 5. How did a 10 become a 5? Well, divide by 2. So I'm going to use the same relationship, and at the bottom, I'm going to do 6 divided by 2 to get my answer of 3. Continuing. How did a 6 become a 30? How did that 6 become a 30? Times 5. So what are we going to do to the 10? We're going to multiply it by 5. That's going to give me 50. Last one. How did that 10 become an 80? That's easy. Times 8. So I use that same relationship, and I'm going to multiply the bottom by 8 and give me 48. Classical, 8 people like classical. For every 8 people that like classical, 2 like jazz. Okay, so this one you can look up and down. So you have 8 over 2. So let me write that. I'm going to do this up and down. How did the 8 become a 2? Divide by 4. So if you're going from top to bottom, right, you're going to divide by 4. What if I want to go from 2 to 8? So if I want to go up, from 2, how did the 2 becomes an 8? Times 4. So notice, and then let me just take this curve. It's bothering me. So if you want to go down, how did the 8 become? If you want to go down, you're going to divide by 2. So you're going to go up, you're going to multiply by 4. Sorry. Divide by 4. Okay, so here we're going to go up, and to go up, we multiply by 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. That one is done. 20. We want to go up, we go up, multiply by 4, which is 80. 32. We want to go down, so the down means scale down. We're going to divide by 4, and 32 divided by 4 is 8. And the 1 finally here, we're going to go up. So going up is times 4, and 1 times 4 is 4. So much easier, I guess, okay, if you use that relationship. Okay, sometimes we can do that. All right, so look at the next one. It's 2 over 7. Let me write over here 2 over 7. 2, how does a 2 become a 7? Times what? I don't want you to use decimals for now, okay? And how did the 7 become a 2? Well, you can write multiply by 3.5 and then divide by 3.5. All right, but because I don't want you to deal with decimal, I want you to use whole factors and divisors. I'd rather, in this case, you use a side-to-side relationship. So let's look at the first one. How did a 7 become a 14? Times 2. So I'm going to multiply a 2 by the same factor, and that's going to give me 4. So 2 over 7 is the same thing as 4 over 14. The next one is 16. How did the 2 become a 16? Times 8. So the 7, I'll multiply that times 8, and that's going to give me 56. Next one is 2 over 7, and how did the 2 become a 20? Times 10. And the 7 is going to be times 10, which is going to give me 70. The other one is already done. It's 56. We already have 56, so we already know the answer is 16. And lastly, how did the 2 turn to be 100? Well, times 50, which means I have to multiply the bottom number by 50, and 50 times 7 is 350. So we have 4 over 14, 16 out of 56, and the last one is 100 over 350. They all mean the same. Next one is about computers. For every 4 people who own a Mac, 12 people own a PC. Now this one we can use up and down. So let me put the 4 over 12 here. So let's aim this. How did the 4 going down become a 12? Well, 4 times 3. Going up, how did the 12 become a 4? Well, the 12 to become a 4 has to be division. And we divide by 3. So this one we can do up and down. So the 1, is it going up or down? 1 is traveling down. So travel down, we multiply by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 32 is also traveling down. Traveling down means multiply by 3. And that gives us 96. 24 is going to go up. And to go up means divide by 3. So we get 8. 40 to go down is going to be divided by 3. And we're going to leave that as a fraction. Okay. Times 10. Wait a second. Hang on. Oh, times 3. I'm sorry. Times 3. That's why my mistake. 120. And 6 is going to go up. So divide by 3 is 2. Now, I'm going to do this problem again, for those of you who don't like the up and down, and you want to do side to side. So, how does the 4 become a 1? Divided by 4. So here, I'm going to divide 12 divided by 4. Gives me 3. You'll notice the same answer. How did the 4 become 32? Times 8. So I'm going to multiply the 12 times 8. And that gives me 96. Looks like Pac-Man. How did the 4 transforma? No, perdón. ¿Cómo que 12 se transforma en 24? Times 2. So I'm going to multiply the 4 times 2. And that's going to give me 8. How did the 4 become 40? Times 10. So aquí abajo, el 12, I multiply times 10. And gives me 120. And por último, how did the 12 become a 6? ¿Cómo que el 12 se transformó en 6? Divide by 2. So that 4, I'm going to divide by 2, and I'm going to get a 2. So it's really up to you which one you want to use. Not up to you, but up to the problem. Right? First, it gives you the opportunity. I must, okay. So 8 over 10. This one I can't do up and down. So again, this I think we did it in class, right? How did a 10 become a 45? Well, there is no whole number. We can possibly decimal. No, you can use a decimal, but I don't want you to use decimals for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to voy a crear uno aquí, que me va a ayudar. So I'm going to make one here. So it's going to go like this. I'm going to go from here to here and here to here. Pero I need this one here, right? So I'm going to divide 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now I have 4/5. Now I can go de 5 to 45. That's easy. Times 9. So de aquí times 9. And that answer is 36 over 45. Same thing here. ¿Cómo que llego del 20 a 25? No hay cómo. So I'm going to, again, it's up to you how you want to do this. So this one I'm going to go up. I'm going to do it 2 times. So let's go up. Go from here, and then I'm going to go from here to here. So I'm going to multiply this times 5. 20 times 5 is 100. 6 times 5 is 30. Right? So now I have 30 over 100. Voy a usar esto para llegar aquí. 30 divided by ¿cuánto es 25? 100 divided by 4 is 25. So aquí, 30 divided by 4. Ugh, we got a decimal. Sorry. That's going to give me 7.5. 7.5. Okay. I'm going to do it another one. But instead of going up, I'm going to go down. From here. 20 divided by 4 is 5. No, that's not pretty. That's not pretty at all. No, this one is ugly. So I like the first way we did it. But, yeah, let's just do that one. So 12 or 8, and we got to get to 50. Okay, so now you can scale up or you can scale down. Oh, gee, 50. Okay, so this one's tough. So it's going to be tough for you. I'm going to go like this. Multiply this times 50. 8 times 50 is 400. 400. 12 times 50 is 600. Now 400 to 60, I can do that. I can divide by 8. And over here, I'm going to divide by 8. And 600 divided by 8 is 75. Let's see if there was other ways. Times 5. I mean, there are other ways. Hay otras maneras de hacer eso. Okay, so that's one way. Oh, I see. I could have divided this by, go like this. Hacer más chiquito. Divided by 4 is 2. Divide by 4 is 3. Right? So now 2/3, I can use that. ¿Cómo que el 2 se transforma en 50? Times 25. And then the 3 times 25. And that gives you 75. Bottom one, I need this one. Oh. Oof, I need 2. Yikes. ¿Qué puedo usar así para poder ir así y así? Let me divide this by 3. No. By 4. By 2. Yuck. By 3, I get 4. I'm going to get decimal. Okay. I'm going to get decimal anyway. Okay. Voy a tener un decimal de cualquier manera. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. 80 divided by 3. Sorry about this, guys. It's going to be 26.6. I'm going to leave it like that, okay? And this is going to be times 5, and then times 5. Qué respuesta fea. That's be about 26.6 times 5 equals 133. Really? More or less. And then how do we get to 5? So I can do this. 12 times 5 over here is 60. Multiply de arriba por 5 and gives me 400. Now, from 60 de ahora de 60 puedo llegar a 5. ¿Cómo? I divide by 12. 60 divided by 12 me da 5. Entonces aquí 400, 400, I have to divide by 12 too. And again, I'm going to get a decimal. I didn't want to get decimals, guys, and I apologize. So in your calculator, you get 33.3 repeated. Okay. Sorry about the last 2 problems. I didn't want you to do with decimals. But if you can do the first 3 problems, you'll be fine.